Kelly out there. The recording started and we are ready to roll. I see people have started having their interviews. That's great. And saw the LinkedIn profiles. Make sure you are updating that with your current skills, putting effort in. Every assignment is not a guaranteed 100%. If you're not putting in the effort, you're not getting the full points. Okay. Just like on the job, you're not guaranteed anything. Just because oh, I did something, you have to put in the effort. All right. And that's the way things are. Things are going to start being graded a little bit tougher or almost to the end. And effort does make a difference. All right. So we are going to do our sharing. And here we go. And we're going to view this as you see it as well. Here we go. Again, next Thursday, everything has to be in by 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, week 4 here will open up. We open this up early because you do not have the weekend to work on things next week. 10 o'clock, if you're used to pushing things out past 10 o'clock to turn things in, including that daily assignment, it won't be there after 10 o'clock. The class ceases to exist. You won't be able to get in. Your attendance assignment on Thursday has to be in at 10 o'clock. On Thursday, it will not be a live session. It will be a recorded session. It will be out there shortly after midnight on Wednesday evening, so you can be able to get in there. The reason I do this is some people push that final exam to the last day. I want to make sure that you have plenty of time to do that. There will be an assignment in that recording, so you will need to watch that to get that last attendance in there. So this will give you the maximum amount of time. You will need to go into that recording. The recording will be available right here on the past recordings. It'll be right down here where it says last session. It'll be right there. You'll be able to access it there. It'll also be coming a little bit later in the texting, and it will be in email as well. So that's going to be the final day recording next week. But here we are. We are on Thursday. Everything should be done. You may not have the debrief because I believe there's somebody who still hasn't had their interview. If you haven't had it, you can't do the debrief yet. If you have, make sure you get it done. Everything else should be completed all the way through. Today, you should be turning in your career plan step 2. Remember, if you do career plan step 1 and 2 completely, then the final one in the last week is a breeze because you're going to be copying the results from 1 and 2 into the majority of that final one. That final impact of this career plan, if you look at your syllabus, your final plan, that is 15% of your overall grade. So if you don't put in the effort there, then of course that is going to impact your final grade overall. Like every class at Southern Tech, 65% or more to pass the class. So you want to make sure you do stay above that. That shouldn't be an issue for anybody in this class. However, we don't really want to discuss what happens if you should not make it over that. That does delay things and you would be back for another round. And we don't want to talk about that because that's not going to happen to anybody here. We do not want to have any delays in our progress. Now, today we're going to be talking about this thank you letter. Oh, and don't forget that headshots. Pick up those 5 points for the final exam. Okay, this should be from your shoulders up. Okay, no full shots. Edit those photos. This is what you would put on that that LinkedIn account. This brings people in. Again, that LinkedIn account works for you 24/7, bringing employers to you. If you're not putting effort into it, you're missing out. It is a tool to bring opportunity to you. We talked about networking yesterday. this works. Again, all these things are there to help you. You can choose to do them or not do them. All right. Okay, so let's go back to this uh, the thank you letter. This is something you do again after your interview. Okay, so the next step is to send those thank you letters. We talked about this. You want your name in front of that employer as much as possible. Okay, you want to write a thank you letter for the interview. Click here for more information. That's going to show you some examples here. Okay, so now that is one place to get them. This is from Indeed. Indeed is an expert uh, site for employment. It's something you should think about. So you're going to write a subject line that captures their attention and reminds them of who you are. You're going to include a salutation. Okay, this is the way you greet them. A salutation is the greeting. You're going to start with thank you and express your appreciation. You're going to give specific examples from the interview. One of the things we emphasize, don't be speaking generalizations. Yeah, that was great. Okay, how was it great? Specifically, we need to learn how to describe things specifically. The person over there, which person? There's 12 people. Describe them. Learn how to do that. And close with call to action. Okay, we're going to talk about that. What that call to action is. You're actually going to tell the person what you want them to do. Okay, not what you want for you to do, but what you want them to do. You're directing them, you're telling them what to do. And we're going to talk about that in our little presentation today. All right, everybody got that? Everybody's going. And here we are. Okay, now you'll notice on my background today it says, help, I hate writing. How many people hate writing? Don't like to do it. We don't like to put things down. We don't like to communicate. Anybody out there hate sending letters, emails, things to businesses, etc.? Good. Nobody hates it. We all love it. Oh, there we go. All right. So this is the way we go. Gonna start this. So just so you're aware, after today, you have 4 official days left in the class. Remember, Friday is we're technically off. Today is technically our Friday, so take out that weekend. We have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with the class ending on Thursday at 10 o'clock. So 4 official days after this class. That's how close we are. That's one step closer to graduation. You also be happy about that. So we're going to talk about the structure of the business letter, talk about cover letters, thank you letters, and all other business letters. Those will be rejection letters, etc. So these are things that you need to know. They will be on the final. So your font should be either Allegri, Times New Roman, Arial, at least 11-point font, left justified, do not indent, single space, double space between paragraph, and 1-inch margins. Phew, that's a lot. Here's a hint. If you use any type of the mail programs that are out there, it's all set up for you. All right, you don't have to do this. We used to have to remember all these things. As a matter of fact, if you sent anything to like any of the legal systems, they wouldn't even read it if it didn't follow this. They would reject it. You would lose court cases if you didn't follow this. Businesses absolutely would not read a resume if it didn't follow these things. That was it. You could never get a job if you didn't follow this. When I came out of college, a resume, you paid $300 for one copy. You had to take it to a professional, have them take your information. They created your resume, $300 to have one copy handed to you. Okay, now you can create it in Word. You took that copy, then you went to a printer and you had multiple copies made up. We paid $5 a copy. Think about that. You needed a resume, you had to fork over $300. Then you had to pay $5 for a copy. You carried that like it was gold. We're very, very fortunate. Okay, so every part of your business letter will have a heading. It's going to have a date, what we call an inside address. If it's going paper, you're not necessarily going to have an inside address. If it's going email, you're going to have a greeting, an introduction, a body, a closing paragraph, and a complimentary close. All right. Everybody with me so far? Because you will need to be doing these things as a business person. And every job you are a business person. So let's take a look at this. Okay. This is what we call the return address. Okay. You don't necessarily have this in an email, but if you need to send something via paper, such as a legal document, this is called a return address. This is your address. Okay. So this is what you would have on any documents that come back to you. Of course, this would be the current date. And this is what we call the inside address. Now, why would we have an inside address inside here? Because a lot of times one person takes all the mail for the business, they open it. This tells them who it goes to. So that's why it's called an inside address, because somebody inside the business will open things and let us know where it goes to. Okay. This is not what happens when you are talking about an email. An email will not have that. So now let's talk about how we write this. Okay. So when you write this, you will address the person you're talking to, dear Mr., Mrs., whatever, with the person's name. But a lot of times you will not know the person's name, so you put regarding and either the words job posting, the job posting number, etc. What you do not do is say to whom it may concern. Never, never, never put that. Okay? Never. Your letter's going to go pew, goodbye. Okay? It's insulting. Don't do that. That's no longer in practice. Put the person's name if you have it, otherwise regarding the job number, job posting, etc. Okay, your first paragraph, this is going to be why you're writing to them. Okay? You're going to state this is why you're writing to them. They need to know why you are there. Okay? So you're going to say exactly what you're there for. I'm writing in regards to job number such and such, blah, 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 blah. Your second paragraph is where you tell them why you're the best. What goes here? This is the same thing as tell me about yourself. This is that elevator pitch. I told you, you need to have this. I saw this already in the interviews. They asked me to tell me about themselves and I froze. Bingo. I told you, elevator pitch. Write it once, memorize it. Okay. This is why you're going to need it in the interview. You put it in here. If you have to write something, why you are the best, it goes right here. Your last paragraph is what you call to action. So you tell them, I am available and waiting for your call on the following days and times. So you tell them, I'm waiting for your call. What that's signaling to them, it's a call to signal phrase. It's telling them a call to action. You will call me on these days and times. Does everybody see that? You are directing them to call you. I am waiting for your call on this days and times. I am available for you to meet with me on this day and time. You direct them. You are always in control and you need to take that firm action. You control the interview. Don't let them lead you around. You have to take control and be firm. Okay. Then you do your closing here and then right here. Even in an email, you let them know if you've attached a resume. Every time you send that email, attach a resume. I don't care if you send it 3 times. You put that resume in there. How many people have ever lost an email? Accidentally deleted it, can't find it, you don't know where that email is. Exactly. So every time you send it, you send that resume as an attachment because you don't want them to lose it. Now, thank you messages. Okay, you can have a nice heading up here if you want. Notice that they put the full address on here. We don't do that anymore. We talked about that. You're going to scratch that part out. Safety reason. But look, there's the date. There is who you are sending it to right here. Dear so and so, da da da. This is the thank you right here. Thank you for the opportunity to meet with you. You're going to tell them you're still interested in here. Okay. I'm in closing and I'm looking forward to hearing. Now we're going to take it a little step further. We're going to say when we're available. So we're going to push it a little bit further. Now you're going to do it in the form of an email. So here you have the email address, but you still have the greeting. You still thank them. You still tell them how you're still interested. And I'm looking forward to being a part of the company. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you again. Only this time, don't forget to say, instead of looking forward to hearing you, I am available for you to contact me, blah, blah, blah. Push that. And then there is your closing. And remember when we said this is an address block, so you don't have to keep typing this. As everybody see where these skills that we've talked about prior, you're going to use them over and over. Save yourself some time. Okay, you can actually save this whole email in Outlook so that every time you come in, all you have to do is change that name and change the dates in here and the name of that company. Everything else could stay the same. And then you just customize that resume that you're sending to each company. Think smart, save yourself time. With this, I can pump out resumes and thank you notes over and over and over within a couple of minutes. Save yourself time. Don't struggle 15, 20 minutes. What am I going to say? What am I going to do this? This is why we do these things. Save ourselves time, save ourselves effort. So here it is blown up so that you can see, thank you again right here. Here's my enthusiasm. Thank you, thank you. They're going to remember you. Now, other business letters that you might write, you need to accept or decline. You don't just ignore them, you don't ghost them, okay? Letters to suppliers, customer complaints. You may encounter all of these on the job. People get it in their heads, oh, that's going to be an administrative thing. That's going to be a customer thing. I can tell you right now, working in a vet office, if we got a complaint, the management made the person who got the complaint on them, we had to personally write the letter. We had to address it. It made it more personal and the customers liked it. So that's why we had to do it. Many companies are taking this. Whoever got the complaint, they're the ones who had to address the issue. This satisfied clients. Here's the exact thing. It's an acceptance. Who it's going to. This is where instead of thanking them, you're saying, I'm delighted to accept it. Now you're telling them, as soon as I have everything, thank you again. Boom. It's the same format. You're telling them who it's to, what you're doing. Thank you. Boom. Every format stays the same when you're declining. Who it's to, what you're doing. I'm thanking you, but I can have to decline. Thanking them once again. Boom. Does everybody see the format is always the same? Who it's to, you thank them and tell them what you're doing, give them the thank you note at the end, and you're out of there. It's always the same format. And so when you look at this, writing a business letter is not as difficult or scary as we originally thought. Once I found this out, because I was in the same boat, please don't ever think that I knew this all along. I had to experience it, and I hated every single time I had to write something. And I would ask people, can you help me with this? Can you help me with it? Has anybody had to do this? Go look and say, can somebody help me do this? I have to do this, and I don't know what to do. And you don't feel like you're doing it right. It's scary, and you don't feel comfortable because you have to ask for help. I've been there, and I don't want you to have to do this. No, you can do these things. All you have to do is remember, greet the person. You start off with a thank you and tell them why you're writing. Okay, that's the first thing. Then say, I appreciate either an opportunity, the resume or the interview or whatever they did. You thank them again in a second paragraph, and then you're out of there every single time, no matter what. If it's somebody that has a complaint against you, dear so and so, thank you for the opportunity to rectify the situation. I am truly sorry that things did not go as you anticipated. Please give us the opportunity to assist or blah, blah, blah. Tell them what you want to do to correct the situation. Once again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to discuss this situation with you. Boom, you're out of there. Same format every single time, no matter what the situation is. Okay. So now for the assignment that's in the regular work, you need to write a thank you to the person who interviewed you. So you're going to say, Dear so and so, thank you for the opportunity to interview with you today. I really appreciate the time you spent with me. I am looking forward to any opportunity that you may extend to me. I am sure that I will live up to your expectations and surpass them. Please know that I am available at the following days and time, and I am looking forward to you contacting me then. Boom. That's an example of what you could put. All right. Everybody got that? That's going to be an assignment you will be able to do. You can put that in the text, or you can actually send it and go way above and do a screenshot of your email. That's acceptable as well. And let me tell you, I know somebody who would be thrilled to be getting those emails. All right. Okay. So today, I want you to think about this because everybody's going out there in their career, and we all have that that fear of imposter syndrome. That's where you think that you're not going to have the skills to do it. Everybody has this fear, but we all are capable of doing what we need to do. We all bring something unique. But I want to know what your biggest hurdle or obstacle that you feel you have and what's going to make you not get to where you want to be. Okay. And I want to know what you're going to do to overcome it. Answer both what you fear and how you're going to do or what you're going to do to overcome that. Okay, provide a little bit of detail. I want you to think about that. What you're afraid of or what you are worried about and how you plan to get over that. Because I know you're going to be a success. I know you can do these things. And I want you to feel the same. All right, that is everything for week 3. And we come back on Monday for our final 4 days. And remember that last day will be a recording. I will send that link out because I want you to have the maximum number of hours on that Thursday. So we will see you Monday at 10 a.m. Y'all have a great weekend.